We're in the middle of the woods building a stone survival shelter. But before we start, let's back up just a bit. See, we like relaxing.
It feels so good.
There's just one issue. If the apocalypse happened, we would be screwed.
Now, we see tons of people on YouTube that could survive the apocalypse by being tough.
Doing things like building survival shelters in the freezing snow, surviving in the deep wilderness, and just being super fit and hot. I mean, come on, look at how hot and tough this guy is.
So we wanted to prove to ourselves that we are also tough and could survive the end of the world.
By building the biggest stone survival shelter. Way bigger than this.
And we're gonna do this with our bare hands. Not bare hands. Not beer hands. Those are cheer hands. Yep, bare hands.
So we headed to the woods and got to work.
In the shelter, there's gonna be a bed, a fireplace, a library, and a toilet for shitting. First thing to do, build a wall.
We were making some solid progress on this wall, but once the rocks started to fall down, we realized we never actually came up with a plan on how to stack the rocks.
So we kind of messed up in the beginning on this wall.
As you can see, instead of building straight up, we're having to build out, creating a stronger base because I messed up earlier.
Perry came up with an engineering theory earlier on,
You need to use stuff to shove in between to make sure it's not wobbly.
which involved using sticks to hold up a huge, heavy wall, which obviously is a bad idea.
Oh yeah, stick trick's working great.
So we banned sticks from the shelter.
Not in my stone shelter.
After that classic dipstick move, we went back to the drawing board and came up with a more legitimate engineering plan.
Big rocks make the wall strong.
This gave us more hope that we'd eventually be able to prove to the world that we were tough guys, and we got back to work. We were pretty confident in our plan to use bigger rocks, but there was only one issue.
Every time I bend over like this, I can feel the vertebrae in my spine just opening.
Our backs were being destroyed, so once again, back to the drawing board.
According to our calculations, this shelter would require approximately 500 rocks with an average weight of 150 pounds per rock, which gave us a total weight of 75,000 pounds that we would have to lift. This presented a major issue because the deadlift world record holder can only lift 1,000 pounds. So how could we expect to lift more than this guy with our small, fragile backs? There was only one logical solution to ensure we could build this shelter to prove our manhood.
How about we just use a wheelbarrow?
Right. It is day 2. We got a wheelbarrow to help us out because our backs are breaking.
We were really enjoying this wheelbarrow. It was making us pretty confident.
We were having to walk back and forth one rock at a time, but look at this pile of rocks we just piled up.
Rock pile!
But the problems just didn't seem to end because we realized we chose the hottest time of year to build this huge shelter.
It's 97 degrees out. It's way too hot out there.
Your entire shirt is soaked in sweat.
We felt very foolish for building the shelter in such extreme heat, but we pushed on anyway because proving our strength and toughness was much more important than avoiding heat stroke.
This rock here, about 400 pounds, probably, maybe.
Seeing that rock in place gave us a lot of confidence that we should continue building the shelter with a strong base. So we were on the hunt for bigger rocks, and here's a montage of us manhandling some.
We got another 300 pounder. Yeah. Oh, this is a real back snapper. That was a big one. Lift it. Oh my God. Subscribe.
That was wild.
Our confidence was building at an exponential rate.
I am the man.
But just when we thought we were on a roll,
That is solid, boys.
the stone shelter gods kicked us in the balls.
That's a huge bummer.
I'm feeling defeat, but I'm motivated to build this wall back up again.
Even though the wall was broken and our balls were smashed, the silver lining was we had a chance to build it back stronger, which we did. As the end of the day approached, we were feeling proud of our progress, so we had an idea.
We want to have a housewarming party when this place is finished, so we're going to call our friend Brad and let him know he's invited.
Where the f are you guys?
Dude, we're building a shelter in the wilderness, and we just wanted to let you know we're having a housewarming party, and you are invited. I want to give you a sneak peek.
Oh, shit.
It's legit.
Actually going all out.
We're gonna have a toilet in here. We're gonna have a bed.
You can have a guest room in there?
Yeah, if you want to stay over, you can. You're allowed.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, guys, it's day 3. I'm back out here again. I'm actually alone today because Perry is sick.
I'm not sick, I just didn't want to build today. Nose beers?
One of my goals today is to just tighten up the doorway. It's a little too wide right now, so I'm gonna add some rocks to the inside.
Now that we invited Brad to our housewarming party, there was no backing out. We had to prove to Brad that we were tough and manly and not beta males. But I was starting to doubt we'd ever be able to.
It's not easy building a stone shelter.
Day 3 was tough. My small brain couldn't figure out how to stack a rock if it was the last rock I ever stacked. Allow me to explain just how infuriating it is when the rock wall falls. Wherever you're at, imagine all of a sudden it's 95 degrees and 100% humidity. Now imagine you're teleported to the world's strongest man competition, and you're competing, lifting thousands of pounds over and over. But don't worry, you only have to do it once. But wait, you're stuck in a loop, doing it over and over again.
Oh man, this is a lot harder by myself.
After many embarrassing failures, I felt my brain turning into mashed potatoes, so I decided to throw in the towel for the day.
All right guys, I'm gonna call it for today. I got my doorway a lot more narrow, so I feel good about that, but boy was I having trouble with it. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. It's day 4. Perry's gonna be meeting a little bit later.
I still feel like shit.
I'm gonna get started.
Day 3 was tough, but I was feeling confident and strong today after a good night's sleep, a gallon of milk, and studying how the pyramids were built.
I need to get this wall a little bit higher, so I have to build out on the base.
I was feeling optimistic and tough, but I made a major mistake. I forgot I'm extremely lactose intolerant, and that milk caused a chain reaction that yet again knocked over my wall. Whoa, that was crazy embarrassing. But on the bright side, it was the final incident I needed to really internalize the most important lesson of building these walls.
I'm just trying to be really careful about only using big rocks at the bottom.
Well, better late than never. After 4 days of pain, rage, and heat stroke brain damage, we finally found the perfect size rocks that would prevent our walls from shattering and our balls from being crushed by the rock gods. We were feeling like true men and ready to prove to the world our worth.
Perry's here.
Perry was back and we were on a roll, but there was a new problem,
We're kind of running out of stones.
which meant we needed to venture further away from the shelter to find big rocks.
Coming through!
Seems like no big deal, right? Wrong. Due to the one-wheel design of the wheelbarrow from Home Depot, we were having some major issues balancing the barrel full of boulders on the long haul back to the shelter.
Nothing more frustrating when the wheelbarrow falls over with a bunch of rocks in it.
But we were determined, so we sharpened our balancing skills and adjusted our rock hauling strategy.
The most efficient thing we can do is to take more trips with fewer but bigger rocks.
And you can bet your sweet ass that's what we did. We didn't settle for anything less than the biggest and finest rock.
Oh yeah! I could build a pyramid. Put me in charge of the pyramid.
For the rest of the day, Perry built the shelter alone because...
I am having some crazy diarrhea.
So here's an epic montage of his progress building for the rest of the day and proving to the world that he would survive the apocalypse. Or so he thinks, because we were in for a surprise the following day.
We just got here and someone pretty much destroyed half of it.
So you can see all these rocks here. They knocked down over on that side, the doorway.
We're just gonna try to finish it as fast as possible now, because if this happens again, that's gonna be crazy.
This was a major bummer and dampened our spirits as we came into the day feeling strong and tough.
Ready to build!
Time to build.
Our initial reaction was extreme anger.
If anyone knows who did this, dial 1-800-KICK their fucking ass.
1-800 kick their fucking ass, how can I help you? Oh, they broke your shelter? We're on it. But what we didn't realize was over the previous 4 days, we had developed the greatest rock stacking skills ever to exist, so we were able to build back the damage in no time.
We rebuilt everything. I'm feeling a little better about this.
Gave us an opportunity to make it stronger.
If we do see someone come by, we're gonna confront them in a friendly way, and if it gets physical, so be it. Last time I checked, my fucking elbow is super hard and like actually kind of sharp. And it went to go in full speed at someone's jaw. Super dangerous. Yeah.
So we carried on with confidence in our abilities.
All right, here we go.
We were originally planning on a 6th day of building, but since we were worried a criminal would come by and destroy our progress again, we only had one option.
Because we're afraid it's gonna get broken overnight, we're gonna see if we can finish it today.
We knew we were in for a long day, so we locked in.
It's really coming together.
We got all of the walls built. Now we're gonna start closing the gap here.
Finally, we could see the light at the end of the tunnel.
When we place that last rock on the walls, it's gonna feel good.
And we were starting to think about all the activities our shelter would provide.
You could raise a family in here.
And just like that, after 5 days of brutal work, we were about to place the final rock to connect all the walls. As the walls came to a close,
We're about to close the gap here.
we were immensely proud of ourselves for the obstacles we had overcome.
Frustration, pain.
Permanent damage to my back.
We had come such a long way and could finally feel that we were transitioning from spineless couch potatoes to tough, strong guys that could survive an apocalypse. We connected the walls, but our work was far from over, so we placed the final rock,
This is the final rock.
celebrated, and pushed forward.
The walls are done.
Next up was the roof.
Right now we're gathering all the logs for the roof.
We were feeling tough, but that didn't mean jack shit. We needed to prove it to our friends at the housewarming party, so we pushed through and finished the roof.
There we have it. Done.
Features inside and out,
Make sure to wipe your feet before you come inside.
Howdy, neighbor.
and we were finally ready to show off what we had made.
God bless America.
We got our toilet with a toilet seat. We got a library here, a candle, books. We got our bed. It looks comfy.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
And then we got a little fireplace.
And just like that, we were ready to show the world what we had accomplished and how hardcore we were. While we waited for Brad, we were lucky enough to get another guest willing to view our masterpiece.
This is my fiance. She hasn't seen this yet.
And at first, her reaction was positive.
What the hell? It's actually kind of cool.
But after noticing a few questionable design choices,
Sleep right
You sleep next to the toilet, so you're shitting inside.
we started to panic. Why did we put the toilet next to the bed? I don't know, I thought it was cool to shit next to where you sleep. We have one more chance to prove that we're tough. If Brad thinks our shelter is dumb, we'll be losers forever. There was nothing left we could do. We put our trust in the rock gods and hoped for the best.
These are our buddies, Brad and John, and we're bringing them out here to show them what we did. They have no idea. All right, boys, let's see if you just see something random in the wild.
The moment of truth. Will they think we're tough, or was this all a waste of time?
Oh my God, this is crazy. Holy shit.
We're tough, we're tough. He thinks we're tough. Yes.
There's a fucking toilet. Where the fuck did you get all these rocks? There's no rocks anywhere.
I would recommend not touching the walls because it is very sketchy. Yeah.
They loved it so much to even use it as a home of their own.
I kind of want to come and stay overnight in this.
And use the amenities. So we said our goodbyes
Damn, well, that's it, boys.
Thanks for coming out. Thanks for visiting.
and did the next most logical thing to celebrate.
We're gonna go ahead and demolish this thing 100% to the ground.
Thanks so much for watching, guys. We had a lot of fun making this video, and we hope you enjoyed it too. Do us a huge favor and please subscribe to the channel. It really means the world. And here's another video to watch. Thanks.